Today's topic is rationalize the denominator. We'll explain the rationalization of denominator by taking this example 1 by root 2. We have to rationalize the denominator. So here in the denominator we have root 2. So in the rationalization what we will do? We have root 2 in the denominator. So in this number we'll multiply by root 2 as well as we'll divide by root 2. Okay. So now 1 multiply by numerator and denominator multiply by denominator. So 1 multiply by root 2 is root 2 and root 2 multiply by root 2 is 2. So this is the answer. Okay, what we have done? Whatever number written in the denominator will multiply as well as divide. Actually we just want to write this 1 by root 2 as an equivalence relation expression in which the denominator is a rational number. Now if you observe, you will find that now the denominator is a rational number. Okay, you know the meaning of equivalent number. For example, if we have 3 by 2, so if we multiply by 5 and divide by 5, we'll get 15 by 10. Okay, so this 3 by 2 and 15 by 10 are equivalent to each other. Okay, if you further simplify, you will get 3 by 2. Okay, so here this 3 by 2 and 15 by 10 are equivalent to each other. Similarly, this 1 by root 2 and root 2 by 2 are equivalent to each other. Again, if you simplify, you will get this 1 by root 2 only. Now the question arises, why there is a need to rationalize the denominator. If you look at this number 1 by root 2, okay, if can you tell me where it means where this number lies on the number line? So we know that this root 2 is irrational, okay, but it may be easier to represent, to say whether the number, where the number lies on the number line if the denominator is a rational number. So if you see after rationalization, you see we'll get 2 in the denominator and this 2 is a rational number. So now root 2 by 2 or half of root 2. So now we can say that this 1 by root 2 is halfway between 0 and root 2, means it lies between half of root 2, it means it lies between 0 and root 2. Okay, so that is why we rationalize the denominator. And when we rationalize the denominator, so whenever you find any term with square root in the denominator, we rationalize. Okay, whenever we find any term in the denominator within square root, okay, any term in the denominator, if the term contains a square root, then we rationalize the denominator. So this is very simple basic example. Now the next example I am taking is this 1 by 2 plus root 3. Now we have to rationalize the denominator of this number. So in this case, in the previous one we have only root 2. So we will simply multiply by root 2 and divide by root 2. But in these type of cases, we cannot simply multiply this by the same number and divide by the same number. What we have to do, we have to multiply by its conjugate. Conjugate means simply change their signs and multiply and divide. So here we have 2 plus root 3. So we will multiply by 2 minus root 3 as well as we will divide by 2 minus root 3. Okay, now we will simply multiply, numerator multiply by numerator and denominator multiply by denominator. So 1 multiply by any number is that number itself, and in the denominator 2 plus root 3 multiply by 2 minus root 3. So when you observe, you will find that here we can use the identity a plus b, a minus b, which is nothing but a square minus b square. Okay, and here we have 2 at the place of a and root 3 at the place of b. So when you multiply in the denominator, you will get a square means 2 square minus root 3 square. And we know that 2 square is 4 and root 3 square is 3 only. So the answer is 2 minus root 3. Okay, this is the answer. So if we have this type of question, 1 by root 2, 1 by root 5, 1 by a single number, then we just multiply by the same number and divide by the same number. And if we have this type of question, this type of number, then we'll multiply by its conjugate and divide by its conjugate. Okay. Now let us take one more example. So the next example is 5 upon root 3 minus root 5. We have to rationalize the denominator. So in the solution, what we will do, the only difference between this question and previous question is, in the previous question we have 1 in the numerator and now we have 5. So it doesn't make any difference. Okay, we'll repeat the same process. Root 3 minus root 5. So we'll multiply by root 3 plus root 5, as well as we'll divide by root 3 plus root 5. Okay. So now numerator multiply by numerator. So 5 multiply by root 3 plus root 5, and in the denominator we'll get root 3 minus root 5 and root 3 plus root 5. Now see, again, in most of the cases you need to apply the same identity in the denominator, because every time you will get this form: a minus b, a plus b, a minus b, a plus b, which is equals to a square minus b square. You only need to identify the values of a and b. So here a is root 3 and b is root 5. Okay. So 5 root 3 plus root 5 upon a square. A square means root 3 square minus root 5 square. So 5 root 3 plus root 5 upon root 3 square is 3 and root 5 square is 5. So 3 minus 5 is minus 2. So this is the answer. Okay, this is the answer, but we always write our answer in the simplest form, in the standard form. Okay, it means generally we don't write this negative sign in the denominator. So we'll write it here minus 5. We'll write it like this: minus 5 by 2 root 3 plus root 5. This is also correct, but the way to means the standard form means we should write our answer in the standard, in the easiest form, in the simplest form, in the standard form. So this is the standard form to write this number. So this is the answer. Now let us take one more example. So now the next example is 1 by 7 plus 3 root 2. Okay. So when we rationalize the denominator, we'll multiply by, here we have 7 plus 3 root 2. So we'll multiply by 7 minus 3 root 2, as well as divide by 7 minus 3 root 2. Now numerator multiply by numerator. So 7 minus 3 root 2, and the denominator a plus b, a minus b. Okay, which is equals to a square. A square means 7 square minus 3 root 2 square. So 7 minus 3 root 2. In the denominator, 7 square is 49. Now how to find square of 3 root 2? So square of 3 is 9 and square of root 2 is 2. So 9 2s are 18. Okay. Square of 3 is 9 and square of root 2 is 2. So 9 multiplied by 2, 18. So 7 minus 3 root 2 by 49 minus 18 is 31. So this is the answer. Now we will solve exercise 1.5. So this is our first question. In the first question, the question is, classify the following as rational or irrational. Okay, we are given 5 numbers and we have to identify whether the number is rational or irrational. So you know that we can identify only on the basis of the definition of rational and irrational number. Rational number which can be expressed in the form of p by q, and irrational number which cannot be expressed in the form of p by q, where p and q are integers and q is not equals to 0. And other way, the decimal expansion of all the rational number is terminating or terminating and non-terminating and repeating, and the decimal expansion of all the irrational number is non-terminating and non-repeating. Okay, so on the basis of the definition we will classify. So the first number given is 2 minus root 5. as we have already discussed that this root 5 is irrational, and irrational, it means the decimal expansion of this number is non-terminating and non-repeating. So if you subtract this number from 2, actually we cannot, okay, we can't get exact answer. So, or the answer will be also in non-terminating and non-repeating. So this is irrational number. Okay, this is irrational. Second one is 3 plus root 23 minus root 23. This is the question. So before you find whether it's rational or irrational, just check whether the number is given in the simplest form or not, or we can further simplify it or not. So here we can open the bracket. Okay, if you open the bracket, you will find that this is plus root 3 and minus plus root 23 and minus root 23. So we can easily cancel out this 23 minus 23. Okay, so we'll get 3 only, and this 3 is a rational number. Here we cannot further simplify, but here we can simplify. So you also check whether the number is given in the simplest form or not. Okay, here the number is not in the simplest form. We can cancel out these two numbers. So it's a rational number. Now the third one is 2 root 7 upon 7 root 7. So when you see this question for the first time, you will find that it's a root, so it's irrational number. But as I said, always check whether the question written is in the simplest form or not. Means suppose if it is written 2 by 4, generally we don't write 2 by 4, we'll write it the simplest form. In the same order, if the number is not in the simplest form, so you just check, okay, whether it's in simplest form or not. So here when you observe, you will find that we can simply cancel out this root 7 and root 7. So when you cancel out this root 7 and root 7, we'll get 2 by 7, and 2 by 7 is a rational number. Okay. Fourth is 1 by root 2. Now 1 by root 2, this root 2 is irrational number. Okay, and just now in rationalizing the denominator, if you rationalize the denominator, then also you will get root 2 by 2, which is nothing but 1 by 2 multiplied by root 2, and root 2 is irrational. Irrational multiplied by half is again irrational. Or from here also we can say that this is 1 by root 2. This is an irrational number, so this 1 by root 2 is also irrational number. Okay, and at the last we have this 2 pi. We know that pi is irrational, and if you multiply pi by 2, means a multiplication of this 2 and this which is a rational number and this pi which is irrational, so we'll get a irrational number only. Okay, because the decimal expansion of pi is non-terminating and non-repeating. So if you multiply by 2, you will again get non-terminating and non-repeating numbers. That is why it's an irrational number. Okay. Now the next question is simplify each of the following expression, and the first expression given is 3 plus root 3 multiplied by 2 plus root 2. In the previous class we have seen there are a few identities which we can use to simplify this type of question. So if you want, you can use these identities directly, or you can simply multiply. So if you remember, there is an identity a plus root b and c plus root d. This type of identity we can use here. Okay, actually the identity is for root a plus root b and root c plus root d, but here we have 3 plus root 3 and 2 plus root 2. So you just do one thing, you simply multiply. This is the simplest way. So how to multiply? We have to multiply this bracket with this bracket. So how to multiply? So 3 multiplied by this bracket, okay, then plus root 3 multiplied by this bracket. First step, 3 multiplied by bracket plus root 3 multiplied by bracket. Now we will multiply. So 3 multiplied by 2, 3 2s are 6, plus 3 multiplied by root 2 is 3 root 2 only. Okay, plus root 3 multiplied by 2, root 3 multiplied by 2 is root 3 multiplied by 2 only. Okay, but we generally don't write root 3 2, we write 2 root 3. Okay, we write 2 root 3. You can write it like this. You can write root 3 multiplied by 2, but as I said, we always write our answer in this standard form. So we generally don't write root 3 multiplied by 2. We'll write 2 multiplied by root 3, and root 3 multiplied by root 3 multiplied by root 2. So how to multiply this root 3 and root 2? So this identity root a multiplied by root b is nothing but whole root of ab. So similarly, whole root of 3 multiplied by 2, which is 6. So 6 plus 3 root 2 plus 2 root 3 plus root 6. Okay. So this is the answer. Now second one is three plus root 3 and 3 minus root 3. There are two ways to solve this one. There are two ways to simplify this one. The first way is this 3 multiplied by this bracket plus root 3 multiplied by this bracket. Okay, this way. So 3 3s are 9 minus 3 root 3 plus 3 multiplied by root 3 is 3 root 3 minus root 3 multiplied by root 3. So 9 minus 3 root 3 plus 3 root 3, and root 3 multiplied by root 3 is 3. So these two will cancel out. One is positive, one is negative, and 9 minus 3 is 6. So this is first way to solve this question. Okay, and if you want, you can use that identity also. This is a plus b, a minus b, simple. Okay, if you want to solve this question in one line or in two lines, you can directly use the identity. So here we can use the identity a plus b, a minus b, which is equals to a square minus b square. A 3 3, b root 3 root 3. Okay, so here a is 3 and b is root 3. So when you multiply, you will get a square minus b square. A square means 3 square minus b square means root 3 square. 3 square is 9 minus b square means root 3 square is 3. 9 minus 3 is 6. See, from both the methods, we are getting same answer because both the methods are correct. So if you want, you can use this method, multiply, open bracket, multiply, or use identity. Okay. Now the next is root 5 plus root 2 the whole square. Okay, it's whole square. So again there are two ways. First way, if it is written a square means a multiplied by a. If it is written b square means b multiplied by b. Similarly, this term square matlab root 2 plus root 5 plus root 2 multiplied by root 5 plus root 2. Okay, then root 5 multiplied by this bracket plus root 2 multiplied by this bracket. So this is first method, method 1. And second method, if you want, you can use first method or second method, which is nothing but the identity. This is same as a plus b the whole square. Okay, which is equals to a square plus 2ab plus b square. Right? So here a is equals to root 5, and at the place of b we have root 2. So what will be the answer? A square means root 5 square plus 2a, a means root 5 multiplied by b means root 2 plus b square means root 2 square. Root 5 square is 5 plus 2 multiplied by using this identity root a multiplied by root b is nothing, whole root of ab. So root 5 multiplied by root 2 is root 5 multiplied by 2 means 5 2s are 10. Okay, plus root 2 square means 2. Now we cannot add, this is within root. Okay, so we can simply add these two numbers. So 5 plus 2 is 7. So 7 plus 2 root 10. This will be the answer. Alright, now see the next one. The last part of this question is root 5 minus root 2 and root 5 plus root 2. So again, when you observe, you will find that this is again that identity a minus b, a plus b, which is equals to a square minus b square. Here a means root 5 and b means root 2. So we'll get a square minus b square. A square means root 5 square minus b square means root 2 square. Root 5 square is 5 minus root 2 square is 2. So 3 is the answer. Now the next question of this exercise is this question before. Represent root 9.3 on the number line. This question we have already done. So if you didn't watch the video, you please watch the video because this question is very important, how to represent root 9.3 on the number line, and the verification is also there. How will you verify whether this is actually root 9.3 or not? So the construction, the presentation of root 9.3 on the number line and verification, both are there in the video. So you watch it. Now we will solve the next question. The last question of this exercise is question number 5. Rationalize the denominator of the following. So the first number they are given is 1 by root 7, which is very simple. Okay. So, but still I will solve all the questions. So here how to rationalize the denominator. Here we have only one number. In this is same as 1 by root 2. So 1 by root 7 will multiply by root 7. We will divide by root 7. Now numerator multiply by numerator. So 1 multiply by root 7 is root 7. And root 7 multiply by root 7 is 7. So this is the answer. Now second one is 1 by root 7 minus root 6. How to rationalize this number? So here in the denominator we have root and it's root 7 minus root 6. So we'll multiply by root 7 plus root 6 and also divide by root 7 plus root 6. Now numerator multiply by numerator. So root 7 plus root 6. In the denominator we will use the identity a minus b, a plus b, which is equals to a square minus b square. A square means root 7 square minus b square means root 6 square. So root 7 plus root 6 in the numerator, root 7 square is 7 and root 6 square is 6. Now 7 minus 6 is 1. So root 7 plus root 6 will be the answer. We don't write divided by 1. It is understood. So this is the only answer. Okay. Now the next part of this question, we have to rationalize this number 1 by root 5 plus root 2. Okay. And the last fourth one is 1 by root 7 minus 2. So this third question you try to solve on your own. I will solve the fourth one. In the fourth question we have root 7 minus 2. We don't have root 2. We simply have root 7 minus 2. So what we will do, 1 by root 7 minus 2 will multiply by root 7 plus 2 and divide by root 7 plus 2. Okay. So when you multiply, you will get root 7 plus 2 in the denominator, in the numerator. And here again the same identity a minus b, a plus b. But here a is root 7 and b is 2. Okay. So a square means root 7 square minus b square is 2 square. So root 7 minus root 7 plus 2 in the numerator. Root 7 square is 7 minus 2 square is 4. So root 7 plus 2, 4, 7 minus 4 is 3. So this is the answer.